Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's JC here. Look, I didn't do any preview videos this weekend for this weekend's rugby championship fixtures because I had a busy week. There was club rugby, and let's just say everything went well. It all worked out. I'm gonna do this one on the first match the first match of this weekend was the All Blacks and Pumas. Right, this one there isn't much to talk about here, other than the Kiwis striking back better than what the Wallabies could, I guess. Yes. No, look, they played beautiful rugby in their first half. 5 tries, 35 points in the first 40 minutes. That is 5 points shy of 1 point per minute. It's dominant. Let's talk about stats and facts here. It is 30 years, guys, since the All Blacks had a loss at Eden Park. Before this match, it was 49 wins in a row. After this, it's now 50 wins in a row. Let's put it into context. The All Blacks winning streak spans as far back as when I was 2 years old. Okay? And people thought the Argentines would break that. I don't think so. Okay? Let's get into the game. Mackenzie was going into this match under the cushion. He was criticized. People were saying that he's not playing his full potential at number 10. He's not having the form that he used to normally show in Super Rugby. Look, I love D-Mac. D-Mac is one of my favorite Kiwis. His personality and everything. It's phenomenal. Look, he has that attitude, and that smile that he does before he kicks the ball. Look, there are a lot of All Black players that I enjoy. Ari Savia, I enjoy. Look, I can't say he's now Kiwi because he can't be selected. He's currently in Japan. Richie Mwanga. And I'd also have to put the Barretts, all 3 Barrett brothers in there. Those. So yeah, look, but this isn't a personality or popularity contest. Let's get into the crux of the matter here. Okay. We are early in the match. So, Damon McKenzie, this was typical All Black play. Slick running. Damon McKenzie goes, scores, and suddenly the score is 7-0. Okay. Then Argentina were handed a penalty. Okay. Cannot really recall what the penalty was for, but it was converted 7-3. But before that second try was scored, you could see aspects where the All Blacks were suffering a week ago. They dominated scrums, lineouts, mauls. Those things that the All Blacks couldn't do a week ago, they dominated this week. And the All Black captain, Adi Savia, went over for the All Blacks' second try off a maul. This display for dominance. The conversion gave the All Blacks a 14-3 lead. And suddenly 60 minutes in, scores 14-3. 7 minutes later, Caleb Clark. Also, beautiful try. Stayed in his lane. The thing that I enjoyed about the Kiwis this weekend is they showed a lot of field vision. The guys knew where they were going to go with the ball. They knew exactly what they wanted to do with the ball. Okay? Something that upset me about the Boks. Like, I can't say this here because the Boks are playing expensive. But the difference between the Boks and the All Blacks. I'm talking about the Kiwis. I'm talking about when the Kiwis were dominant. And I saw evidence of that today as well, is that every player had their own zone, okay? And I'm not just talking about where the fly should stand next to the scrum off or anything. Every player had their little zone, okay? They weren't all camped around the ball. They had their own part on the pitch. They knew what move they wanted to play, what the move they wanted to do. And it's like a game of chess. They did this move knowing that the Argentines would open up. Caleb Clark's line was open, and Caleb Clark got the ball and he ran and scored. That is the rugby the All Blacks play. I mean, the All Blacks, and I'll say my fundamentals in rugby as well. Evade to invade. Just get gaps. Okay? I mean, I'm just going to use Tana Maga's era as an example. If you can't get through, you make a gap. You dominate that line. That's it. Okay? And I saw aspects of it today. You know? It was beautiful. Tries converted, scores 21-3. And at this point, Argentina looked like a mere shadow of the team that they were a week ago. Defense was poor. I mean, 7 minutes after the third try, All Blacks ran. Will Jordan went over for his first try, the All Blacks' fourth try, in the 30th minute. And this was another player that I enjoy watching is TJ Perenara. Okay? Look, I miss Aaron Smith, yeah, I do. Because Aaron Smith is my favourite non-South African scrum off is Aaron Smith. But TJ Perenara, I do enjoy watching him. Okay, he showed some amazing skills here. Again, great vision. Okay. Well, Jordan knew where he had to be for Perenara to get the ball to him, and Jordan went through. Okay. Conversion, scores 28-3. 30 minutes in. Okay. Then, I don't know if any of you have heard the story about Moses and the Nile River. Okay. Well, Barrett's try, the All Blacks' fifth try, is a great example of that. Well, Barrett runs through a bloody Nile River of a gap and scores. And funny enough, there's this man called Swice de Bruin. Now, Swice de Bruin, look, I admire his rugby brain. I admire him, he's smart. But I don't always agree with what he says. Okay? He went and said, in the week, Baden Barrett is not a fullback. Baden Barrett, on the field he's a fullback, but inside he wants to be a number 10. Okay. I rate Baden Barrett better at, whereas I rate Baden Barrett better at fullback than a 10. Okay? Look, he's a great 10, okay? I guess it depends on the opposition and the day. But this try proved that Burton Barrett is a great fullback. Great vision and everything. You don't just write Burton Barrett off. He's a great player. And tries converted 37 minutes in, and the halftime score actually scores 35-3. Now, halftime, what do I want to touch on? Okay? I said it a week ago, after the All Blacks lost to Argentina. That was a great game. It was a running game a week ago. Last week's game was purely two teams playing great rugby, running the ball, not giving a damn about defense. It looked like rugby that you play at school. I'm not saying, look, schoolboy errors. I'm talking about, you know what? You don't care about defense. You just run hard. And all that rugby that I played in my school days, in my breaks on the playground. That's what last week looked like. Whereas now, halftime, for this game, only one team was playing that rugby. Argentina didn't feature in the first half, I'll be honest. Okay? Felipe Contempomi really needs to have a look at Argentine depth, because let's look at, I'm not going to say anything about the lineups, but with only a few changes and a lot of the guys that played this game were in the team a week ago that beat the All Blacks. Only a few changes and the team dropped like that. That tells me something's wrong. Okay? Now, let's go into the second half. Second half, I just want to, before I go on to the second half, turnaround time. All Blacks turnaround for this is amazing. Okay? I mentioned it in the beginning of the video. The All Blacks turnaround is a complete opposite of the Wallaby turnaround. Okay? Sorry about that. Sorry. Going back to my Viking roots here. Alright, scrums. There isn't much that I can really touch on the second half. Teams only score one try each in the second half, but you can't really fault the Kiwis for only scoring one try. I mean, look at the performance they put on in the first half, You're going to go into that second half chilled, like, well, we already got the bonus point. Okay? All Blacks' dominance at the scrum led to a try scored by Damien McKenzie. Led to a try by, led to Will Jordan's second try. D-Mac converts and scores 42-3. Then Argentina finally gets some form of attack going. It was actually the first time that I really saw Argentina look like something. And then outcome was a knock-on. And then in the 72nd minute, the Argentines attacked for 15 phases for a consolation try, and the final score is 42-10. And there was also a yellow card, Asafa Amawa, for a dangerous tackle. Okay. Spoiler alert, that card stayed a yellow. Full-time score is 42-10. Okay. What am I hoping for? Okay, this is the first 40 minutes. The All Black team that played in that first half. It's All Black team that everyone's come to love and fear. Okay. People were, I think some people still are, because rugby fans are, I can't say typical rugby fans, but people that don't know the game will say that Scotty didn't do much, although he beat Argentina 42-10. You got a team that lost a week ago to get up and actually fight for a 42-10 victory. Not fight, but I mean, run the show on that. Run circles around these oaks. Okay. Scott Robertson is not a bad coach, guys. Seven. You heard me. One coach. 7 Super Rugby titles. Okay. Look, Super Rugby, the gap between the Aussie franchises and the Kiwi franchises is big. And you got the Hurricanes, not a bad team. Highlanders, also not a bad team. Auckland Blues, not a bad team. Waikato Chiefs, brilliant team. 4 All Black sides, okay? Well, New Zealand sides. Okay, then you got the Brumbies, not a bad team by Australian standards. And the Waratahs, okay? There you got 5 teams that the Crusaders compete with, okay? You can also add the Queensland Reds, because the Queensland Reds, although inconsistent, also not a bad team, okay? Scott Robertson has won 7 Super Rugby titles against him. And out of those 7, okay, a few of them were also when South African sides were involved in the Super Rugby, okay? Let's look, you also had COVID time and stuff like that. So I can't really say how much were involved with South African sides. So Scott Robertson is still a bloody good coach. People will say, yeah, but the level between Super Rugby and Rugby Championship, or international rugby is different. Yeah, well then, yeah, look, it depends on the coach himself, and philosophy. Philosophies differ, but I'm not talking about individual team philosophies. I'm talking about international and Super Rugby. Rassie Erasmus, for example, his philosophy in Springbok rugby differs from his philosophy at club rugby. That's why the Springboks and Munster was so successful under Rassie Erasmus. Okay? Rassie didn't take the philosophy they had with Munster over to Springboks. So sometimes it's more difficult to move away from one philosophy to the next one. All right. So, anyways, look, I'm getting a bit off the topic of the video. I just want to say, guys, like my video, comment your thoughts here, and subscribe to my channel. And if you look, if you think I'm wrong about a certain fact, let me know. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Cheers.